Hi guys, and welcome back to another video of mine. Today I want to share with you what I've learned from living in a tent full time. It just accidentally did not record the first video, so I will do it all again, and I hope that this one will be more magical than the first one, which I just was not recording for myself. So a couple years ago, I was living in Australia, and for half a year, me and my brother decided intentionally to live in a tent full time. And then 1.5 years ago, no, not true, 2.5 years ago, time flies fast, I was homeless, basically, well, until recently. So for 2.5 years, I was homeless, and I was living in a tent for 3 months again, while before I was only couch surfing and house sitting and everything. And I just want to share a little bit about the experience I had living in a tent full time, and in general, just like living out of a suitcase for, well, 5 years in total. So living in a tent full time taught me how little is needed in order to fulfill the basic needs we humans have, like drinking water, eating, movement, sleep, and having a safe shelter. And that's it, you know. Oh no, not totally. We also need other humans and connection with, well, nature, with other people. We need to like engage and communicate. Of course, we all have different levels of how much we need, but I would say in general, like, we human beings are meant for communicating with each other. That's why we have a mouth. So yeah, what I also learned is that simplicity is liberation, because, you know, we only have this small tent, and of course you cannot like have a couch, have a TV, have so many unnecessary things. For example, I once had 70 pair of blue jeans, and that really blew my mind, because I just thought, why? Like, for what do I need them? And when you live in a tent and we only have like this small backpack, you can have maybe one pair of jeans, you know. And at the beginning I struggled with that a lot, especially also with, well, all the beauty products. I thought, oh my god, I need so much. But then step by step I reduced everything, and I became so grateful, because it was more of a sharing and caring community, you know. Every single morning you went to the public bathroom, you met beautiful souls, and everyone was kind of like on her own journey to find wisdom, to find belonging, to find out who they are and what they want to do with their lives. And no one really like cared about always looking perfect, yeah, you know. And I mean, the more I live in luxury and everything, the more I realize that the more I live in luxury, the more I take care about like small, probably unnecessary things, like how my face looks at all times, is my hair brushed, am I dressed well? And when you live such simple life, super deeply connected to nature, then you don't really care, because your entire focus and your energy and attention is on nature, is on finding out who you are, and you just feel free. You breathe in the air, and you sleep in alignment with nature, and that's freeing. And I don't know, the focus is just on completely different things. So step number one is you find out that you need very little to be happy. Step number two is simplicity. You suddenly realize that you don't need a lot of things on a daily basis in order to feel put together and to, well, be happy as well, you know, because you start to take way more care about the little things that you have, or the small amount of things, than when your entire house is filled with stuff that you don't actually take care about. And then number three is that you just get so in touch with yourself, so in touch with Mother Nature, because I mean, you basically, or I slept outside for half a year. And yes, I was in Australia, but what people usually don't really know is that they also have a winter and rain and everything, and storms. And we were there throughout the winter as well, and it was under 0 degrees Celsius, and we were freezing. We didn't have electricity or a heater. So it was super cold, but somehow also it felt so natural, you know. I felt so recharged and refreshed because, well, 24/7 under fresh air is really doing something for your brain and for your body. And I don't know, it was, I mean, it also, of course, was exhausting, but what I also realized is that everything we do, all the experiences we have and the memories we have, that's just like depends on how our mental and physical state is in that particular period in time. Because I mean, an experience is just what it is, it's neutral, but depending on how we feel that day and mentally, physically, emotionally, that's kind of how we perceive this experience, while for someone else it could be completely different. So when something for me is exhausting, that's most likely because of how I feel on the inside, but not very much of the fact in general or the situation in general. So yeah, you know, it felt so good to sleep in alignment with nature, to wake up at 4, to go bed at 8, to not be distracted by technology, by light, by radio, by nothing, you know. I mean, we literally didn't even have light at the start, and it was just, I don't know, it was something else. It was cozy. You felt like back in time, and you got to know yourself better and differently on a deeper level, you know. So, and also what I learned is that how important it actually is to spend time in nature, and not, you don't need to work out or anything, but just like be outside, breathe and listen and observe and look into the sky and just do nothing, like lay in the grass, look up. Because I realized while I was still like living in a tent or traveling full time out of a suitcase, I was moving my body so much. So literally in the mornings I woke up, I was energized, and in the evenings when it was time to go to bed, I would fall asleep like a stone. Like I was so tired because I was spending all my energy throughout the day, throughout everything that I was doing, that it was not hard for me to fall asleep. Because I also think that today's problem with, today when people have problem with falling asleep, it's just because they are not using their bodies enough, you know. Because just sitting and working in front of screens, like, that's so dangerous for the mind and your nervous system. And just when you would include like nature walks or nature activities in general way more, you would sleep like a baby. Because from nature, the night is made to recharge, and it's extremely important to sleep so that you have the energy to let it all out throughout the day. So yeah, quick summary. What I learned from living in a tent is how little you need to fulfill your basic needs, how freeing it is to live simple and only have a couple of things, like keep it super simple. We all know that also business related, and it's something else. And then how freeing it is and how beneficial to live in alignment with nature's seasons and the sun and the rain and the night and everything. It's super healing and super comforting as well. Number 4, to be without electricity, television, technology, computers, light, everything is very renaturing. There's just a beautiful bird. Oh my god. Hi. Sorry guys, but I love to see the birds outside. So it's just like really nurturing, and it feels like going back in time. And I highly recommend to just, if you can do it, rent a small hut in the middle of the forest and just spend a couple of days there with some books, with candles, water and some food, and just reconnect to yourself. Sit with your thoughts, stare into the sky, and just really recharge. Okay, I was just looking at my list, and that's it. So I'm super calm right now. I'm so grateful if you stayed until the end, and I just hope you can live a little a little slower, a little more mindful, and a little more careful. And yeah, that's it. I wish you all a beautiful day. Like and subscribe my channel, and let me know in the comments down below if you've ever done something like this, like completely living with nature, or if you would like to do it. Thank you.